Welcome to Flash Tutorial 25, Photos and Layers. I'm going to start by opening a new FLA. I'm keeping the default settings. These are my default settings: 550 on the width, 400 on the height, and white background. And the request was from a few people. They want to be able to import images, photos, and use them as movie clips, or parts of them as movie clips, so they can write code on it and things like that. So I'm going to open up a couple of images. The images I'm going to crop them when I get them into Flash. I've tried to import images that have already been cropped that supposedly have no background, but I've never had any success. They've always come just fuzzy, really distorted. It's something I don't really do, so I'm going to do all my cropping inside the Flash program here. So I'm going to come down here. It's called Import to the library. I'm going to put them in my library. It takes a while to prepare for that importing. And I'm going to find them on my desktop. There's why I have these two. I'm holding my control button down and selecting two images. They're JPEGs. I'm calling this photo, P-H-O-T-O, and I'm opening my library, and I'm going to grab this one here. Now, because you're not going to have the same images I have, it would be easier, I think, if you just watch the video, then pick your photos up, and then if you have to, go through the video again. So this is very, very, very large image. It's way bigger than my stage. So what I'm going to do is right click, make sure I have it all selected, select all. I'll open in the properties panel, and you can see it's huge. So make sure this chain is locked. That's going to allow me to proportionally change the width and height at the same time. And I know my default width is 550, so when I press enter, this will change proportionately. And I believe I could go here for 0 on the X and 0 on the Y, and that will put that right in center. Now let's put that back to 100% for a minute. Now if I want to crop them, I have two cropping tools. I have just the selection tool, which I can highlight something, and I have this called the lasso tool, which I can sort of draw. But I can't do it. As soon as I click with this and drag it in any manner, whether I try it with that or whether I try with the lasso tool, it wants to drag that. So it cannot be edited as it is. So again, I got to go right click, select all, come up here to modify, and click this break apart. And when it does, it gets all fuzzy. Click off to the side. Now I can use the lasso tool or the selection tool to take parts of this out. So let's make this a bit larger. There's no, this is not a game or anything. I'm just showing you a simple technique. I'm going to pick the selection, this lasso tool, and I'm going to sort of draw around this rhododendron here. And I'm going to do this really quick because I'm not going to spend a whole lot of your time. Really quick, just so you get the idea. Well, I might include the pumpkin here in my case. Again, you're just going to watch this and see it's highlighted. Now I can right click. I got those crosshairs. You see them? I right click. I'm going to copy that. Going to lock that layer, insert a layer, and call it rhododendron. Rhododendron, just ROD. Select that first frame. I'm up here, right click, paste in place, and there's that rhododendron. And it's on a different layer, and I know it's there because if I close this eyeball, I can just see what I copied there. Okay, now let's do another section of this photo. I'm selecting the photo layer again, and I'm going to grab this right here, this bush, so to speak. Again, with my lasso tool, and I'm going to come way down here and start drawing it. Again, I'm doing this really quick. Quick. There. It's all fuzzy. Right click, copy that. Lock that layer. Insert layer. Call this tree, T-R-E-E. I'm going to call it left middle. Left to the middle of my stage. Click on that layer. Come up here with my selection tool, right click, paste it in place. And there it is. And again, if I turn my photo off, I can see the two things up here that I have on separate layers. Okay, putting everything visible again. Bringing it down to 100%. Okay, that's not bad, 200%. And I think that's good for that. I'm going to now close off so I don't see the background right now. And actually I'm going to close them all off so I don't see them. Make sure all the layers are locked. Select the photos layer, insert a layer, and call this man, M-A-N. That's what I'm calling it. Putting this down to 100%. Open my library, and I'm bringing this one in here called Skipping Yard. Again, it's way too big. I can't crop it. Right click, select all, modify, break apart, open the properties panel, make sure this chain link is locked, make this 550, that's my stage size, and because the chain is locked, this will change proportionally. Make my X 0 and my Y 0, and that should center that for me. Now, the only thing I want off of this is that little man. That's me. So I'm going to make this quite large, 400%. That might be too big. Find it. There he is. And lasso tool. Again, I'm not being fussy. I'm just going to go around the head. Like I say, you can bring in, if you're successful in bringing in GIFs or PNGs or TIFFs that have the transparent backgrounds, and by all means do that, but I've not been lucky doing that at all. And that's good enough for me. Right click, copy that guy, lock that layer. Doesn't matter. I'm going to insert a layer, call it man, M-A-N, and select frame 1 of that one. Come up right here, selection tool, right click, paste in place. So there's my man. Now I want to see him, and I want to see this photo here. So lock all the layers for a minute, and there he is on that photo. And if I make it 100%, he's, I think, proportionally too small. So I'm going to unlock the man layer. There he is. Because if I put him over here, well, he's probably pretty good. I'm happy with that size of him. So there he is. And what I'm going to do with him is highlight him, and I'm going to make him a movie clip. Once I make him a movie clip, then you can write script on him, action code. So modify, convert it to a symbol, make sure movie clip is selected, and I'm going to call him man, M-A-N, shift_MC. And I'm going to copy that, right click, copy. I'm probably not going to write any script in this tutorial. Open the properties, there it is, the movie clip, it's an instance of, and paste that in for an instance name. That's the code I'll use, that name, when I'm writing code for it. So now, all I'm going to do is show you that because he's a movie clip, I can move him around, for example, using a tween. I'm going to put him behind this bush here. I'm going to magnify that a little bit. Now, if I put him like that, he's going to be facing the wrong way. I want him to walk out and go behind this bush. So what I got to do is turn him around. So while it's highlighted, I might be able to do this, modify, transform, flip horizontally. And he's facing the other way. That was pretty easy. I'm going to set him here for a minute in front of the bush. I'm now going to go way up here on my timeline, up to about 130-ish. Click all in one motion and drag it down like that. Get off, come back on, get that fuzzy square, right click, insert a keyframe. Make sure his is the only layer that's unlocked, and click on him and drag him and put him right here in front of this bush here. So now, and then come up here inside of this line, right click, make a classic tween. Now let's just see what we got if we tested this. Test it. He starts here, he's up in the sky, and moves over to here. Good, his good speed. Now the problem is we're seeing this man photo right here. That's what we're seeing because it's on top of this one. So if I clicked here and dragged this one on top, that's what I did. I clicked on it, dragged it up, so the man layer down here, and my picture, my photos on top for the background. Now let's test it out. And there he is. He comes out from behind this one, and he goes in behind that one. Now, if you wanted him to be in front of this, you would have to put the layer of that. Okay, this is the rhododendron. You'd have to put the rhododendron layer under the man layer. So now if we tried it, he's going to start in front of the rhododendron. See that? And walks over and goes behind this one. So you can click, you could write code to click and drag this, drop and drag. You could write code to change sizes. You could do anything you want once you've cropped it and made it a movie clip. So I hope you learned something from this short tutorial, and I hope you use what you learned.